Clifton, Mike Bresnahan, James Worthy, Mike Trudell will be handling the post-game duties downtown at Crypto.com Arena. And guys, the bleeding stops at 11. The Lakers get the job done, take Game 4, avoid the sweep to force a Game 5, which is on Monday. Denver still with that 3-1 series lead. But when it comes to this one alone, the theme continued. The Lakers led at half, up by 13. But could they weather that third quarter storm? How about this? Though Denver won the quarter 32-30, the Lakers, unlike the previous 3 third quarters, they put themselves in a much better position going into the fourth, up 11. LeBron James brilliant down the stretch, 30-point game, 14 in the fourth. You had Anthony Davis with his second 2020 game in a Laker uniform in the playoffs. And you live to play another day. Great contributions from Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. You had signs of Taurean Prince off the bench. Good team win there. Big game.
Did what they had to do. You know, don't pull the plug yet, Brez. We're still alive. And that's all you could ask for was a smarter game and a game that was contributed by more than AD and LeBron. I thought having that lead at halftime was good, and then third quarter was a lot better. And Reeves exerted himself. I thought D'Lo, later on when we needed him, hit some big shots. As you mentioned early, 13-5, our bench outperformed theirs. And we got a lot of points in the paint tonight. So, you know, they did what they had to do. You know, when you're up 3-0, there's a certain kind of internal psyche, too. It's kind of like when you're down, you know, 0-3. There's something that happens. I think Denver, they were trying to win, but the Lakers played a smart game, hit some big shots. And so, still alive, Brad.
James, the narrative is finally over. You know, the Lakers have no longer lost a ton of games in a row to Denver. It is over at 11. And I think that's just a nice mental step for the Lakers going forward. You know, they're playing again on Monday. They'll be in Denver. That will not be easy. But you see a little resurgence from D'Angelo Russell, too. I love what he did today. 21 points from him. Austin Reeves, 21 as well. Strong down the stretch, too. I felt like Austin was under the radar a lot this series. And it was good to see him make a bunch of important free throws tonight. And also, Allie, have a nice shot or two in the fourth quarter. And finally, the Laker defense really made Jamal Murray work tonight, James. 9 for 23 for Jamal Murray. Lakers will take that all day, every day. And they figured out the Aaron Gordon problem very quickly. He had 29 the other night, only 7 tonight. Laker defense, good as well, Allie.
We talk often just about how it comes down to doing all of the little things. There's been a couple of stats that have kind of been on my mind throughout this, one in which the Lakers have won 8 of the 16 quarters played so far. You heard him say on the broadcast that for over 130 minutes they've led in this series, yet they were down 0-3 coming into today. Having said all that, I've been following the rebound battle to which the Lakers finally got on top, 46-40. They made it even in terms of the offensive rebounds. 8 for the Lakers, just 9 today for Denver. And then the turnover battle. They won that as well. Obviously, there were still some careless moments there for the Lakers, but they were able to force some turnovers on Denver and kind of win those little battles when it comes to a playoff series best of 7 big game. And those are huge.
Allie, you could coach this next game with all that stats that you just put up, because that's exactly what I would put up on the board to give them a little bit of insight of where they've been and what they've gained, the positive stuff when they lost. You pull all that out, we're winning the rebounds, we're not turning the ball over, we finally did this, we've outplayed them a number of quarters. That right there gives you a lot of incentive if you could just patch up the leaks and the turnovers and execution. So those are the type of things that motivate you. And I think it'd be wise if Ham would, internalize that and give them something to look at. Say, hey, guys, this is where we've been. And, this is what we've done to ourselves. Let's not do it to ourselves anymore.
LeBron said after Game 3, we're going to keep playing till the wheels fell off. I feel like they might have added a wheel back to the car.
They got the spare back?
Yeah, they got the spare back. So there's some momentum, no doubt about it. And I'm just really impressed by really the effort. This team could have said, all right, we're home. We don't have to go back to Denver. And not consciously, but maybe subconsciously, that was not the case at all. I mean, I thought they were really strong tonight, Allie, start to finish. And that third quarter, finally, that third quarter was not an issue at all. I mean, I think everyone was kind of like, okay, they won the first half. What's going to happen in the third and then in the fourth? Denver was so dominant in the first 3 second halves of the series. Today, they were ordinary. And it makes you think one other thing. What if the Lakers had won that game too? What if Jamal Murray had not made that shot and the Lakers win in overtime? Denver would be a little nervous. There's no doubt about it. I'm not saying they're nervous now, up 3-1, going back to Denver, but, a lot of ifs. But, James, Lakers have really played well in this series.
They well, and I hope everybody is healthy on both teams. But we noticed that Murray was a little bit banged up. He only has 1 day, right, to rest. So I hope he's ready. But those are the type of things that happen if you extend, the series a little bit. I hope he's fine, but he looked a little slow there at the end. That might be something you want to look at. Try to take advantage of him if it is a problem. But we'll see in the next one.
Touching that upper calf area on his leg, and that can be tricky.
Besides keeping it close in the third, big game, you mentioned the dominance in the paint after 3. They were up 54-34, plus 20. They finished plus 20, 72-52. And a big reason for that, Anthony Davis. He was big, as I mentioned. His second 2020 game in a Laker playoff game with 25 and 23.
Yeah.
He's been great this entire series.
Wow. This entire season, and particularly this series, because he's very active. He's not a spectator. He likes to go and get the ball, and I say this a lot. He is so good in traffic, getting 2 hands on the ball and getting that dunk or a putback. So AD's activity on the boards is what they need. If they could get one more in there, especially around the elbow areas, there's a lot of long rebounds that come out. But when it's around that bucket, 2-3 feet away from the rim, AD's done an excellent job of first getting himself in position, watching the ball in the air and then getting there where he always has an opportunity to get a hand on it.
Allie, does he ever get tired? He's averaging 42 minutes in this series, played another 42 tonight. And it seems like, we were talking about this in the conference room where we watch the games. Denver never seems tired. Their starting 5 never seems to be exhausted. They're always as strong in the fourth quarter as they were in the first. How about AD? How about that type of stamina, putting up these amazing numbers and playing 40-plus minutes easily on average in every one of these games? It's got to keep it going. You got to keep, if you're AD, you got to keep leveling up a little bit every single game because Joker's going to be there on Monday saying, what did I do wrong in game 4? How can we win this game? It's going to be another battle, no doubt about it.
He may have played 42 minutes, but he's not done yet. Let's go back downtown. AD is with Mike Trudell.
All right, Anthony Davis. It's always a challenge. A team's going into a situation like this, down 3-0. But what did you have to do to reverse the tide, come out with a victory?
Play with a sense of desperation. We didn't want to get swept. We had a couple chances in previous games to win basketball games, but we let the lead slip away, especially in the second half. So we just wanted to come out in the third quarter and set a tone on both ends of the floor, and we were able to do that with a 30-point quarter in the third. Our problem is we haven't been able to score in the second half, and we scored every quarter. So it's a difference in the ball game.
Your offense has been super reliable and efficient individually, shooting over 60% in this series. What have you been seeing with what Denver's doing defensively to attack it?
Just trying to be aggressive, do the little things, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, score when I have to, make the right reads on offense. So, it's a good team. Good team defensively, good team offensively. Just trying to pick my spots and be dominant.
23 rebounds for you tonight, AD. They had been winning the glass battle basically every matchup. What did you have to do to flip that?
One-shot rebounds, go get them. If I got to knock my team out the way, I got to go get it. So, they've been cutting us on the glass, and it's been hurting us for second chance opportunities. So, I want to make sure I go get every rebound.
Last one for you. Of course, you lose both games, 1 and game 2 in Denver, but you did play well for large portions of that game. Are you just in the one game at a time mindset?
That's it, one game at a time. Focus on game 5, and we'll worry about the rest later. See what we can get better at from tonight, see what we can keep doing to keep scoring. And now just one game at a time. It's not a 3-game series. It's a 1 game.